What's going on, guys? MuneyKei here, and today we're going over the Torid incarnate because last video we went over Nyx, and I promised both the Torid and the Nautilus. So tomorrow will be Nautilus. Anyways, the Torid incarnate's actually probably one of my favorite weapons to take down a bunch of enemies. So basically the way I built mine is I hit an enemy once, and that is good enough for a full charge. And the grenade launcher turns into a beam weapon that changes between them. And the way I built it, it just keeps killing and killing and killing until they are all completely wiped out. Very, very nice. So we're not going to go too much further in that. We're just going to tell you I had the Panzer Fupafila, which honestly, you can have any companion you want. I'm not using Nautilus today though, just because I'm already basically going over Nautilus in the next video. The Torid, though, is very nice. I have, well, with the Incarnate mode, you're going to be firing a long-range Toxin Beam for the Incarnate mode, and you just have to hit them directly with the Torch to actually activate this. And with my build, as long as they have enough health, you'll get a full charge with every shot. Second evolution, I did this one, where you increase the base damage by 31. Multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity and does 60% more damage, which is very nice. Next, this one's more of a pick your own poison. I personally would rather do projectile speed over all the rest of these. Then on Evolution 4, I did more critical chance. Rather than any of the status stuff. Now, yes, the status would be good, but you're going to see in my build, it really doesn't really matter which one you really want to go for, if you want Survivor's Edge or the Fortune, but I'd rather just keep getting that crit chance up for this build. This is the build I have for it. I have formatted it 4 times. I got Amalgam Serration, Galvanized Chamber, Galvanized Aptitude, and Critical Delay with Thermite rounds, Rhyme rounds, Magellanic Force, and Hammer Shot. The main reason we do that is so, one, we have multi-shot, and we get more status chance and more direct damage per status effect, affecting the target for 20 seconds, so that helps out. We want to go for a decent amount of crit with critical delay, so then we're at 105%. Hammer Shot is very nice. That gives us the critical damage and status chance. These are all the statuses. We go for Blast to get that lingering damage of just having basically getting a full charge with one shot, and we get Toxin to go off our Arcane, which we'll go over in a second. Amalgam Serration's very nice, 155 damage, and it gives us more sprint speed. The reason I have this is in case I'm using anybody other than Nyx, that sprint speed is nice. Now technically you could just put a normal Serration in, since that does do a bit more damage, but this is more for doing more status effects. You could put Prime Serration here too if you have one. Anyways, we're going to go over the Arcane 2 really quick. Primary Blight. I do not have a fully ranked one. I will get one eventually, but it is one of those Arcanes that a lot of people sell for a high price because it's in the circuit. Anyways, basically what it does at a max rank, it would do on Toxin status effect 3.6% critical damage and 1.8 multi-shot for 12 seconds, stacks up to 40. And every time you re-trigger a Toxin status effect, you will keep getting critical damage and multi-shot. So because of our status basically mainly going to be doing Toxin, we are more or less never going to not have this active unless there's like no enemies nearby, which in Steel Path, that's very rare to even have happen. And yeah, right now I only have it at a rank 2, and it still does magnificent. And you guys can do the math. The critical damage bonus and the multi-shot is still very nice. But anyways, we're going to get right into a Steel Path mission. I will see you guys in a few moments. Okay, guys.
Set off the alarms and keep the
so the Torid is going to be the main thing we're going to be using here. Obviously, I'm using my Nyx for the Absorb.
Hold on. Emergency life support.
Just so I have the survivability, just to show off the weapon fully. But as you can see, we are starting to kill the enemies quickly in Steel Path. This thing will carry you through the store chart of Steel Path. Because by the time you get this incarnate weapon, you're not going to have to worry about anything else really in the normal star chart. And even then, this Incarnate mode, with the way I built it, it does so much damage, it will kill basically everything in base star chart. But yeah, this weapon might be even able to do level cap, especially with how effective it is. Yeah. I also use my Nexto mainly because the way I built her, I just throw my pacifying bolts and just do lots of crit immediately. So yeah, this is the entire gun. You can just hold down an entire room, hold down entire areas. If your aim doesn't suck like mine, you'll always have a great amount of charge. You just keep taking down everything. Now, the thing is with Torid, it is very good already. But for my Nyx, however, I have a damage buffing ability that I prefer more than anything else, which is the Thermal Thunder with the Augment. And now it does quite a bit more damage. And just having a straight blast effect is nice. Putting straight heat on it would also be nice. So, yeah. Now the thing is with the Torid, you obviously do not want to just have a gun that can just wipe out all enemies immediately, because you want to make sure your primary blight is always being procced. And with this, it mainly always will be because of the multi-shot. Now characters that have faster fire rate, like Harrow and Gauze, they definitely benefit the most from this. Nyx for sure is great though, just because the Absorb Augment just keeps her alive basically indefinitely. Yeah, taking down all the taking down everything in this is just very nice.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Now, I know I'm going against the Infested to show off this weapon. The main reason I'm just going against the Infested is just because I personally just wanted to get a little bit more resources here too. Granted, not that it's going to really matter because I am extracting as soon as we get going in Acolyte. But like I said, this can go indefinitely just because of how great the Torid is. And I'm pretty sure Torid Rivens go for quite a bit of platinum. Pretty sure they have Rivens. I would be surprised if they don't, but yeah, Torid Rivens, perfect. But Primary Blight, quite a good weapon to be using during this. Well, quite a good arcane to be using during this, my bad. Because if you have a weapon that can just guarantee always using Toxin, it's just great to have. And like, yes, they could hit me, and yes, I could mind control any of them. Which, by the way, mind controlling something, like, you know, mind control, like, the Acolyte. If I can find him. He's downstairs, I guess. There he is. I'm controlling him while doing all this damage. He's going to do so much stuff.
The raid is off to a successful start. When you need it, the extraction is ready.
But I know that's not why we came here today. We came here because you wanted to see it on him. So as you can see, bullets down his health bar till he's completely gone. like I said, you get a damage buffing ability or anything else, Torid just will carry you probably even to level cap. I'm still trying to make sure I'm fully confident in it. I'm already confident with my Warframe and Secondary in the level cap content. I just want to get a bit more done before do level cap. But honestly, I am perfectly fine with not doing level cap. Anyways, guys, that is the entire Torid. You just keep holding down your trigger, and you'll just keep killing everything. I will see you guys in the next video, though. Bye-bye.